Ahead of tomorrow's Congress, we wanted to first clarify, is the Congress electoral or is it simply a Congress to choose the date?
Yeah, I think it's an extraordinary Congress. And the extraordinary Congress is geared towards a particular agenda. And this particular agenda is defining a roadmap for the electoral process football house in Nigeria. That's basically this encapsulates, for example, setting up or resetting up the electoral committee or endorsing the one that was there, and also the date and the venue, everything that has to do with the electoral process is purely sui generis to the electoral process.
People have been raising eyebrows about the choice of venue, that it's in Warri and you're from Delta State. Does this have any bearing on the election at all?
How will it have any bearing on the election? For example, if Lagos State has a team that qualified and played up to the finals of the FA Cup, are they going to move the venue from Lagos? Being that they have the right. This thing was conceived last year, going before I entered the Congress. Before I entered the contest, last year Warri was meant to be there because of the hospitality, the warmth that we accorded all the delegates. So it was a general decision for them to come back to Warri. So we should learn in Nigeria to look at issues from a very objective, rather than being very primordial or ethnocentric or subjective areas. Like I said, by coming into this race is purely divine. I was meant to be the chairman of the electoral panel, and if I was chairman, I would have been able to contest. No. And, blah, 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 I don't want to go into all those stuff. And like I said, I'll keep saying, it's never a do or die thing for me. I'm a family man and I love my family. If I'm going to work for Nigeria, this is going to take a lot out of me. Because I'm only driven by passion. And once you're driven by passion, it's a psychological war within yourself to succeed. It's a psychological war, you have to sacrifice a lot of things. You're from your family, from your work, from everything. It's going to impact usually by, so we see how to manage that. I have a very young enterprising wife. I have a young family. And myself, But I just feel this is a call to serve, and I'm desirous of making that change that possibly we need in Nigeria. I'm coming. But if it's God's will that I do not get it, then it's fine. But the venue to me will not be an issue. It should never be an issue. The Alliance Arena 3 years ago was chosen as the finals of the Champions League. Now Bayern Munich played and got to the finals of the Champions League and lost to Chelsea, in Alliance Arena. So we should look the above board, because there are 44 delegates that will vote. Is it because of Warri? What's the home advantage? Is there a center referee that will say, he will look at the crowd and say he wants to officiate the game of Warri? We should look at things dispassionately, and I believe I've been able to answer your question. Let me not go further than that.
All right.
And
yes, sir, but let me bring in another question now. Now, we want to know, what exactly are you bringing to the table of the NFF now? If you come in as the NFF president, what are you bringing to the table for Nigerians?
First, I must commend the outgoing board led by Megeri. I think they've done very well in the history of Nigerian football. I don't think anybody has done what they have done. Won 2 majors and qualified Nigeria, blah, blah, blah. They recorded a lot of successes. But now, what we are going to do, I use the word we because it's just going to be me. I'm just going to be like a primary interparent, first among equals. I'm going to work with the A to Z of the board and bring about some kind of... We don't want to tap into Nigeria being a lucky country under, like, for example, the former regime. People say, oh, Megeri is this, Megeri is that, but he's lucky. I said luck is a key cardinal point of success. Like, and let me refer you back to that same game, Chelsea and Bayern Munich. Chelsea had just 20% ball possession. Bayern Munich had 80%, but Chelsea won, which gives credence to the fact that luck is a key component in small success. So, but now we are going to apply science. And what is science? Science is that which is observable. You can see it. The trend these days is that science should be applied into everything as much as possible so that you can determine the results. For example, how is going to be systematic, scientific, and objective approach to issues as it relates to rebuilding Nigerian football. First thing we need to do is to have a stable environment who appeal to all the board, appeal to stakeholders and say, listen, for us to have that unity, we must move on. Once we're able to establish unity, peace, and stability in the system, then we cannot come out with a very strong template. Now, in Nigeria, nobody's talking about referees, which is a major problem in Nigeria. Nobody's talking about in Nigeria not officiating in the World Cup or even in the Nations Cup. To me, all those are issues that I'm going to emphasize on off the field factors that will enhance on the field factors. No, listen, I might not be there in 8 years, but I bet to say that when elected, we'll have a Nigerian officiate in 2022 Qatar World Cup. I can guarantee you that. Because the first step to it is that I'm going to engage the NRA leadership. By this December, I've secured the sponsorship already that will take at least between 10 to 20 referees to England for 1 month training, internship. To do what? To look at the basic, the new technique in officiating. Look at the magic spray. Look at all those things. They're all strange to Nigeria. We need to take that into cognizance. And we also make them understand the reason why they should think Nigerians are thinking of their pockets. Now we also have to enhance whatever they do, because whatever referee does impacts negatively or positively the team. Now what the next we need to do is to look at the technical area, the coaching. We're not going to come and start fighting any coach or sacking any coach. No, we're not going to do that. What we want to do is to enhance the technical input from the bench. And how do we do that? We tap into the trend, into that endowment today of saying we are going to have a consortium of coaches made up of ex-internationals, made up of coaches that have coached national team. For example, there's nothing wrong kind of one for being a backroom analyst, having trained under one of the best coaches in the world. You understand? But they need basic training. They need basic training to be able to impact on people. So by January, February, we'll send another batch of between 10 to 20 coaches and ex-internationals, maybe to France, England. We'll get that sorted out. And when they come, they will now provide backroom analysis for your coach. Because the last game between Nigeria and Congo, I mean, it was a sorry sight. Kechi was just looking at his time. He wasn't concentrating. Those are the kind of things the backroom staff will analyze and say, Kechi, forget what they are doing. The left full back is weak. The right full back is weak. They see what the coaches do not see. So, but that's the modern trend. So, we must be able to tap into that trend. They also look at organization, making the organization more purposeful, more productive, applying various models. Do we need XYZ in the football house? Do we need to create zonal offices? What are our plans, short-term, long-term, and medium-term? Medium-term in terms of what do we need to do to have a very formidable Super Eagles that will be there for a very long time. My short-term program is we have a TSG, technical study group, that will go around the country, select the youngest and the best players. These players, to me, I will convince my board, they are not going to play for under 21. They'll be like Rooney that not play any of these age categories. They are future Super Eagles. What do we need to do? Every quarter we can get between 3 to 5 of them. Between the clubs, we have an arrangement with clubs in Europe. In developmental leagues, not in England or Russia or Spain or Germany, developmental leagues like Belgium, developmental leagues like Holland, like Norway, like Denmark. Pump these players into those places. Have an agreement with, say, these are our players, these are our future. This is a short-term plan. Now, within a year, you find out that you are able to spot at least between 10 to 15 players. Nurture them. And I can assure you, because of the fact that the federation is giving us a kind of support, the clubs will easily assimilate them, take them in, train them, and will monitor them. Now, and those players, of course, will be banned from any form of agencies or agents, or whatever they call themselves, because they are the problems of Nigerian football. Now, you take them, you nurture them, and you groom them, and you give them a projection and a timeline of action. You create a timeline of action. For example, in Nations Cup in 2017, we are going to feature maybe 50% of them, 30% of them. Then in Nations Cup of 2019, of course, we feature all of them. And you have the Super Eagles. Plan the Super Eagles. That's the short-term plan. What's the long-term plan? Each club in Nigeria, we're going to work with the League Management Committee to make sure that each club in Nigeria, we have 2 tiers of juniors, under 9 and under 14. That's the long term. The under 9, of course, they will start yielding, coming to fruition within the next 10 years, 15 years. I might not be there, but Nigeria will be able to benefit. When I say I will not be there, Solomon Ogba actually set up a template for success in Delta State. I took on that template, improved on it, and that's the result you are seeing today. And A to Z I've said, of what I've said I would do, I've done in Delta State. A lot of people feel I'm just limiting the skills that I have. And if you combine skills and passion, the only result is success. So I am saying that by God's grace, we're going to bring in a lot into Nigeria. And again, one thing that I have, which I'm very, very proud about, is that I have corporate presence. I can walk into any corporate organization in Nigeria. If they Google just my name, they will know that by God's grace, they are dealing with somebody that has integrity, that has probity, and somebody that they know they can trust. And I believe I have that. You know, I'm not saying there are all the contestants, especially my friend Shudiko, and they are all eggers in sports administration. But I believe I have the usefulness, I have the drive, and I've been able to perform, which is very glaring. In the areas of football, we have done what no other state has done. First, we have our FA Cup finals twice, live, to the whole of Africa, not even Nigeria. We have the longest serving football deal in Nigeria. 15 years uninterrupted, from Oceanic Bank to Eco Bank. We have trained over 500 coaches, formally and informally. Even some sent abroad on informal training. They are out there for you to check. We developed a model in conjunction with the private sector and the Ministry of Sports to discover talents. And one of those talents are discovered when the Channels Kids Cup Heroes last year. And I made sure the government sent them abroad on internship. Today, this team has formed the under-13 team of Warriors. Now, one of our major landmark achievements is building a football house named after Patrick Okpomo, a hero that we just forgot so easily, a hero that actually trained Issa Hayatou. Issa Hayatou came to Nigeria in 1983. He was secretary of volleyball in Cameroon and came to train on about football administration. This is the guy that trained him, and he died. But good enough, we've been able to build a secretariat. When I mean secretariat, it's not a regular secretariat, very quality secretariat. What we have in our secretariat is the same thing as what they have in FIFA. With all due respect, not trying to be sounding immodest. So it's the quality of our football house that we are trying to give to Nigeria in terms of quality sports service delivery.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. We wish you the best tomorrow. We wish the whole NFF the best.
Again, I must also say that it's not a do or die affair, you know. So
yes, sir.
If it's God's will, I guess if I know it's not God's will, I return to, I will take it as fate and nothing else.
Yes, sir. Well, we hope for a successful Congress and we look forward to a fruitful NFF election. Thank you very much, sir.
God bless you.
Amaju Pinnick, Delta State FA Chairman and contestant for the Nigerian Football Federation presidency.